think the course summed everything up in one course. You didn't need to go to anything else because they cover everything from breastfeeding to bonding to. And it was great that he could come as well.
And when I read some of the notes on it, like skin to skin and baby brain development, I thought I'm never going to get this time back in my life. I thought it's a good conversation for pregnant women and well, women get together, but I was so wrong. Well, we would never know, would we? Some of the information we were given. Like you said, I think once we put all our name tags on, Jason, Holly and whoever, why are you here, Holly? Well, I'm here because you never held a baby, you never cuddled a baby, never fed a baby, I don't know what I'm doing. Someone else will say, pain relief, you know, I've got a very low pain threshold, when can I have the drugs and have more? And what is it going to feel like?
Just to try to be confident in myself. Because I know before the course I used to question things, oh, am I going to do this right, am I going to do that right? But going on the course, it helped me to think, oh, you know, you're not set with the way you've got to do something. It just sort of reassured me with everything.
Loads of things really, obviously about most things, like practical things like the labour and how to expect, what to expect in early labour and what to do and try and stay at home as long as you can, that sort of thing. The skin to skin obviously was a big thing for my husband as well, because I think he felt a little bit left out being the dad with all the appointments that you go to. It's all mum focus, isn't it? So it's nice for Michael to be able to do his skin to skin and know to do that while I cook tea or whatever. So little practical things like that was quite handy. And like what Kerry said, just the reassurance that, you know, you've got the kind of basis of what you can do, but put your kind of spin to it as well and know that you're doing a good job. So it gives you confidence really, I think.
Some of the massaging techniques we learned, I thought I'm going to stay there for all through labour massage in the back. I sat there all through labour massaging the back and rubbing your back and all that, and it was just little things that helped, which I would never have come into my head to have helped. It's all been working, hasn't it? Just simple things, simple things. Because the midwife actually come in, I said, Jason, I normally doing this, and the blokes normally sitting in the corner, because they probably haven't been on a course and had it, because a bloke's a bloke, you know, explain to him what needs to be done, what can be done to help. So all these things we put into practice that we learned on the course. And the midwife said, I'm normally doing that. Tell you what, she says, I'm just going to leave you to it because there's such a nice vibe in this room. I'm just going to let you crack on. And she kept on just popping in and out, didn't she?
Yeah. My brain works in like little catchphrases. So Nuala always uses little catchphrases, you probably remember them yourself, like close enough to kiss sort of thing. So keeping your baby close enough that you can give them a kiss. So I remember being like, I expressed milk for a few weeks that Michael, my husband, could feed so I could have a sleep. And he was feeding her like this, bless him, because he didn't, you know, he was like this, feeding her. I was like, Michael, she needs to be close enough to kiss. He's like, oh yeah, Nuala said that. So he hoiks her up and he's there, and it helped her, you know, like that kind of bond's a bit closer than kind of like this. So those little catchphrases helped for me with the bonding, because you kind of remember, oh, I remember it needs to be close. And like what you said about people saying sometimes, oh, put the baby down, oh. I remember thinking, Nuala said, never ever put a baby like too far away from you. They always need to be close to you in the first few weeks. So it's just remembering that.
I get asked a lot why he's so content, and I think, you know, being on the Incredible Years course, I think that plays a big part in it really. It's equipped us with so much more information than what I would have if I hadn't have gone on it. So.
I don't think any of my friends have mentioned bonding and parenting. It's all practical stuff, so people tell you about where to buy the nicest clothes, or where's the best pram, or oh, take your child for a walk down this lovely park. No one actually, to me personally, said this really helped with bonding, Gemma. Whereas obviously in the course, that's pretty much all you learn about, the best things about, you know, pre kind of baby, how to bond with your baby, singing to your baby, the breastfeeding, obviously if you can, and that's really good for bonding as well. So it sounds a bit thick, but I probably wouldn't have known much about it unless I'd gone on the course, because no one really told me, apart from the practical stuff. So
Well, I always remember because they said, oh, do you want the drugs? And I was like, I want to breastfeed my baby, so I don't want them because it makes the baby sleepy, because I'd learnt that in the course. So I had it early on, didn't I? And then I gave birth just on gas and air because of that, like, rang in my mind. And like, I wouldn't have known that. Well, how do you pick up, something like that? So it's really important things that they go through, isn't it? That some things just stick in your mind. And then, because of that, we were both alert. She was able to do the skin to skin. I know to keep her close. Breastfeeding's going well because of what the course told us, and that's why she's a really nice baby, isn't she?
But so much more which I didn't think I could have done, or I didn't think I could do. Because I thought once the baby's born, that's it. Down to Holly now to feed and sort it all out. But I do all the running around, don't I? You especially at night, we've got a nice routine going where Holly will feed as soon as she's fed, so Holly can get her rest, passes the baby to me. I'll come to skin to skin, put her down, make sure she's alright. And when she's up again in a couple of hours for another feed, same thing again.
And that's a big help, isn't it? It's like, I remember Michael, my husband, he was like doing the hoovering, putting the washing out, making tea and things like that. So I could just sit in my chair with surrounded by my food and my water, feeding, and then he took care of the house. So you're not getting stressed, like thinking, oh, the floor needs doing, all the washing's in the dryer or whatever, and it just makes a big help, doesn't it? It's good having that contact as well. So once obviously Nuala. So if you've got any concerns, I remember Nuala saying, if you've got any worries or anything, I know I'm not your midwife, but here's my number and give me a ring. So it's having that kind of contact, able to go over any questions or queries. I know I've done with Nuala before. So it's just having that person there really to have any questions and get the answers straight away. And then, like Kerry said about the groups, so you can come into the breastfeeding group, go into the different Incredible Years baby group as we've just done. So it's just opening doors really, which is handy.
I wouldn't get out of the house if it wasn't for the groups.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be isolating if you don't know anybody else with a young baby. So you go to the groups, and even just knowing that person, it's just handy for your confidence and for babies to meet other babies as well.
Especially the breastfeeding group. If you're not very confident with breastfeeding, it's good to go because you're sort of in a normal environment.
Yeah.
So you haven't got those judgmental people that you've got out there going, oh, you can't let your baby out, well, this, that and the other.
Go to the toilet and do that.
Yeah, go and sit on the toilet and feed your baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my first ever time breastfeeding in public was in a group, and then now I'll breastfeed in Nando's, Marks and Spencer, cafe, anywhere.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, you just don't care because it just gives you the confidence to go, all right, I've got to feed my baby, and do you want to have your lunch in the toilet? Which is what Nuala used to say to us. First thing to say to them, do you want to have your lunch in the toilet? No, okay, well, my baby wants to have lunch as well. So it's just having that confidence to kind of say no.
Well, each other, well, it's been like 3 weeks now, isn't it? Well, she's 3 weeks old. Even though Holly's predominantly keeping her alive, feeding her, it's been like just as much 50-50, hasn't it? 100% supporting each other. If someone wants to sleep, you have a sleep, I'll watch after the little in, things like that, and we just, you do us a favour, the bathroom needs clear, yeah, no problem, can I have some more water? Yes, yes.
Nuala didn't mind, answering questions about things that weren't even, meant to be talked about, so I felt like I got a lot out of that course.
But I didn't realise how involved it could be, especially after going to this course and the things that actually I did learn off it. Yeah, we're good.